Hi, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today I'm going to talk to you about taking the best from each job and opportunity that you are a part of. I think there's something to be said about that with respect to your life and the things that we can think about where we want to implement the best even from our worst enemies, right? How can you take something good from your own worst enemy, right? Have you ever thought of that? Thinking about, okay, what if they were so much a bully even to me in high school or something like that, or in college, and you're like, how can I use that to my advantage? Well, the thing is, looking at everything of life, looking at the best parts of life where people are living so well, and you're thinking, okay, what is allowing that person to live well without fear? Well, then you can look at the bully and think back and say, okay, they didn't care. They didn't care what people were thinking about them. They were being strong in the moment. They were living authentic, right? Now, here's the thing, though. Now, you can say, okay, well, at the end of the day, I want to live by strength and not by fear. So that's how you can separate yourself from the bully. But the thing is, when you learn something from your enemies of the past as well, you can pick up something to where they were almost perfect, right? And then you can take it to the next level for you, for your system, your game, your life. How you're going to take it to the next level. Because the thing is, we are all in different parts of life and trajectories, right? How many of us are older, right, on this channel who watch my videos and say, okay, maybe I want to go more contemplative, more spiritual, more reflective, right? So my strengths from what I've learned from other people are, okay, read the best from books, read the best things from other authors, listen to great podcasts, people who speak well, okay, speeches, go to conferences, okay. Now, how can I apply that from what I've learned from a conference as an example into my personal life, which is actually a perfect segue as far as giving an example for you. So like when I'm on a conference, hear some great talks from people, right? How many of us are willing to listen to that person and say, oh, I'm going to try that at my house. I'm going to try giving myself 10 minutes a day of prayer, personal prayer, to say, okay, it's just me and the Creator, big guy upstairs. What am I going to talk with you today? I'm very furious. I don't have what I have. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for what I have, right? And you're just having this beautiful dialogue as far as with who you're talking with the Creator, whatever faith you have. But the thing is, you have to start practicing and implementing what you hear, right? And that is the key. When you implement something from somebody, that is where you become a genius. Allow the creativity in your life to take hold, right? You're no longer logical or emotional. Now you're becoming creative. You're taking the best of those, boost, whatever, the emotion and logic, using the best of those with creativity. And there's where you become a genius. And you're taking control of what you got to do in the moment as far as what is important to accomplish right now in life. I think there are other times where I wish, okay, if I had done this differently, things would have been much better in my life, right? But even from mistakes, you can learn from your failures, all right? And of course we hear all this is cliche. You learn from your weaknesses, your mistakes, okay. But the strengths too. Okay, what did I do right in that relationship? What did I do right with that class? I'm having trouble studying. In fact, even I could tell you now, like when I'm trying to study for other exams, for school, for work, for licensure, and I'm just like, okay, why am I not succeeding as I used to before? What do I need to change? And many people, many authors that I've read will say, okay, change the environment that you live in. Change your surroundings. Not necessarily change the work, but what do you got to do to make that work and yourself more effective? What do you have to implement in this moment to make yourself more effective? And I think something you can look at is, okay, if I'm going to do something to change my way of doing things, maybe I'll just stand up from the table and start studying. Maybe I'll start reading from when I'm standing at the textbook or the lesson that I'm reading from the computer or the book, right? That way I'm awake and I'm not distracted by whatever's on the computer from YouTube or whatever, etc. In fact, I know we're on YouTube here on this channel, but the point is, when you can find ways to improve your environments that allow your system to get better, right? It comes back to you and the reflection. What are you going to implement from what you've learned from other people, right? Even your friends and your enemies, right? And I think, share in the comments, what do you think? What's the best thing you've learned from a friend or enemy that's helping you right now in this moment, especially for a new year? A new year that I hope that you and I can go out and change new things for better people. Make some updates with our personal lives to really help others, because we have taken the chance to level up and to allow other peoples to grow, because we are now holding that roof a little higher for people now to stand inside. Think of it like that. Are you ready to be a pillar for other people? Are you ready to lift up that roof for others? That is a very strong metaphor from the Catholic perspective, where we say, okay, if you can hold up the roof, all right, you can now have a whole family underneath you, right? Because you're supporting everybody. You're protecting everybody from the weather. They now have shelter. They now have a place to be. They're safe. And now you yourself that's holding up the own shelter can be like, yep, I'm doing a good job here. I'm doing a good job here because everyone is safe under my care. I feel proud. I'm pushing myself. But don't forget, the pillar can grow too. The pillar can grow and hold more people in the house. It could get different levels, even a basement, whatever metaphor you want to think now. Point is, you can keep growing and you don't have to give up on yourself. You can implement what others are teaching you, so that way you can become a bigger house and support other people. Just something to consider. All right, everyone. Hope this video finds you well today. Be strong, courageous. It's going to be a new year, of course, for new opportunities. And don't let that even settle you down. Be courageous and remember, hey, 1 year, I'm always been on my plan. You're on your plan. We're on different time frames, right? That may lead to another video later up coming for me in the channel, so keep that in mind. But hope this one finds you well. Be strong. Don't give up on yourself. And remember, when you pick up the roof a little higher, you're supporting more people in the house. All right, everyone. Hope this video finds you well. Take care. Have a good one.